Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to The Natural Way. I'm your host, Dr. Nathan Rabb, and it is Wednesday morning, and this is where we usually set up to share some insights and just do some things to maybe help some people to overcome some maladies, some problems, just need to learn how to do some things differently. We have so much going on in this society that is out of kilter. So we need to do some things to set it up to where, you know, things can run a bit more fluid than just, you know, just being all over the place. We have quite a few people are coming into the program, into the building now, looking for cleansing, different things, and that's good. We are doing everything we can to keep the products on the line that really most people need. And sometimes you get a little bit behind because of, you know, you run out of folks who are doing it, but we're doing pretty good right now. My new assistant has learned how to do the capsules. So, you know, that's a good thing. And so I have a couple of people now that can do that. They can help keep those things moving. And I may even get involved again myself. I don't know if I will, for sure, because I think it will probably wait until I get the other vision, my right eye, get it to see how it's going to work out, and then maybe I can just go, you know, get totally back into it. But so far, I let them do that because one was taught by one person, and then now he's been taught by somebody else, and it's just moving around, and it's good. It's good to have that kind of cognition, cognitive efforts going on. That way, we should always, you know, be able to have what people need, and a lot of them we have to share with them what they need, because not everyone knows. They just want to find one bottle somewhere and figure that's going to fix all the ills, and that's not the way it works. Here we work on programs, not just products. We work on programs, and it's been going on for many, many, many years. This started for me way back. It's been 44 years now. And I used to run all over the countryside and out of the country doing things that, you know, people needed, seminars, and just going to different places. Was had a couple pastors, got to get that word out, that used to invite me to come quite frequently, just to talk to the people. And they were concerned about the health of their people. And so that was quite a journey, and it went into Canada. I went there numerous times, East Coast, West Coast, South. It was a joyride for me. I enjoyed doing it, and that went on for quite a while until I got really caught up in the holistic health service itself. Had to slow down a little bit on that, and, you know, deal with the people, because we were manufacturing products. We were, you know, I had books. I didn't write a lot of books, but I had a couple scribbled out that people could read, and also provided numerous books from people who had, a lot of them had already gone from this, you know, terra firma, and shared that with people who wanted to, you know, learn how to do this and get their health right. And so we still have some that we have to coast a little bit. We have to coast them a little bit because they know they want something easy, and that's not going to fix your problems. What fixes the problem is that you put the right ingredients into the body so the body can do the work. Because if you're trying to put stuff that you grab in there and you don't know what you're doing, you're creating havoc, not health. So anyway, for those of you who like to watch or listen to the program and maybe you don't have time, it's on Facebook and YouTube, and it's up with Dr. Nathan Rabb, and you can listen to it or look at it or however, anytime you want. And that way you can stay up with what we're doing and what's going on at the Holistic Health Service, Dr. Rabb's Holistic Health Service. And we would welcome you to take part, because this is all about you. It's not about me. I'm here for a reason and a purpose, but it also is for the people who need help. You know, so many people come in here that have all kinds of issues, and there are those who readily, get a program and start working, and then there are others who hem-haw and whatever, and I just want this one over here and that one. Onesies don't fix you. It takes, it's like that old saying, it takes a village to raise a person. Well, it takes a detox program to get rid of a lot of the things that people are, burdened down with because of things that have been done in the past, or some that they're still doing and don't want to get away from. So we hang on to things that we need to let go and let God, and let the natural things do the work for you. See, because the natural products that we provide they are very potent. They're grown in the right way, and when you put them in the right way into your body, they do what they're supposed to do. It's not an overnight situation. These things take time, and we get asked that a lot. Well, how long do I have to do this? My answer to that is, you don't have to do it at all. But how long do you want to do it? You should say, I want to do it so I can get my health back, but then work on it until that happens. That's the way you do that. It's not such a big issue about, I want to just run through this. I did 3 days, such a time. Yeah, well, you need to do some more days. Add several other threes onto that and get your health back. Because we have folks that are obese. We have some that have, they're not necessarily obese, but they still have issues. And all these issues are clogging up your insides. And so that's why I started down this road years ago, met some people who were doing some things that made sense to me. And it just took me by storm. And I've been working at it ever since. I had to slow down a little bit recently because of some issues that I had to correct on me. And things are getting much better. I can see very good out of the left eye, and I'm praying to God that this one for the right is going to do likewise. And then watch out, because we're going to really rock and roll when, and plus we have good people working with us right now. So it's not like we got to wait on something, but it will be much better when I can put 100% of my effort in here, and with my cohorts of my folks that are with me, because we have a lot of plans that we're doing. A lot of the things that was going on, I had cut them down because it was just too much for me at one person. And as long as Sister Mary was here, we were doing pretty good. But then when she decided to book up and go back to Mississippi, God bless her soul, then we know we had to have somebody to show up, a ram in the bush, or if we can't call I guess we can't call a lady a ram, but anyway, the universe sent us a person that we're getting very good resources, or getting very good effort from, and I'm just tickled pink, and I'm really working diligently to get back into where I can do what any part of it that I want to, whether I have to or not. It's not so much what you got to do, but no, there are times when I want to do it. I want to be involved in it just like anybody else. You know, this is where I hang out, and it means a lot to me. It's been, like I say, many years. Right here on this spot, it's been over 20 years, and prior to that, it was in Inglewood. I mean, in Los Angeles for a bunch of years. So total years about 44 years of kicking it around and going out of town and doing a lot of things, helping people. And I loved it. I still love it. But it will slow you down a little bit when you have issues of your own, and you got to deal with that as you deal with others, or when you attempt to deal with others. You got to put your house in order. So that is what we are doing, and I'm grateful for the people who are working with me. It's a blessing. It is truly a blessing, and that in itself told me something loud and clear. It said, your voyage isn't over. You're just getting started. The universe is sending some people your way so that the beat can continue going on. And that is really something that I cherish a lot, because I know that's not an accident. People don't just show up, and just happenstance. No, something they heard, or somebody told them, or whatever, or someday people just show up here, and it's their first time, and they say, well, somebody told them. See, each one teach one, and each one can help one to get better. And so when you send the word around, if something good is going on, tell it. Don't just go out and gossip. Just to tell it to the people in the whole universe. Tell them the ones in your backyard. Tell them the ones that are down the street from you. And that's what we get. We have people coming in, and they tell you, so and so sent me. They told me this. They told me that. I just want to make sure they don't categorize me as a god, because I'm not. I'm a man. I'm a man on a journey, and the journey continues. So if you have some issues you need to iron out or talk with someone about, yeah, we're at 429 West Manchester Boulevard here in Inglewood, California. So you're welcome to come at the times that we're open. So every time somebody come up here knocking on a door after we're closed and asking, thought you were open to 6. No, that stopped a long time ago. But we welcome you during the hours that we are here and alive and well and working, and assisting the people who are really interested in getting better. And be willing to listen. If you don't already know, even if you think you know everything, then maybe you need to listen a little bit to someone who's walked several miles in this, in this world, and learn if you can, learn some things that can help you, rather than just as they say, grabbing the horse by the reins and run off, and the horse run off too. So anyway, today is no different. Today we have, we're going to talk about health. That's really what we talk about, is health. Health makes wealth. And if you do a lot to keep your body healthy, then there are lots of things you can do. And it's really nice to have someone come in and they ask questions. They don't come in and try to tell you what they want to do. Because if you're gonna tell me what you need to do, then you probably didn't need to come to me. But when we have issues that we want to correct or get rid of, and you don't know what to do, we have some things here that can help you down that line. We have our nano silver, we have our uh, detox programs, and we have other products as well. And my assistant, who's been with me now, I don't know, a couple of months maybe. I don't know if it's been that long, somewhere in there. Anyway, she has encouraged me to bring some things back into the mix that I had, shut them down because it was just more than I wanted to handle with. And my assistant then, Sister Mary, who's back in Mississippi now enjoying herself, uh, she had some things of her own, and that was kind of, it wasn't a problem necessarily, but now I have a young lady who's doing both of those, working right there with me, doing things that some right now that I can't keep up with myself. So, God is great. God is good. God is, all over the universe. And right now, it's pointing a road saying, this is where you need to be. This is what you need to do. There are people that are hurting, and there are those who need help. I recently lost my oldest child because, she didn't necessarily listen to the things that I said. Not that she was disobedient or whatever, but when it came to, you know, doing the right amount of stuff, working on these products, which we've had and have had lots of success with them. Once she got into that hospital, they don't let you do what you want to do. And she was in it for a year, maybe a little bit longer. And I shipped boxes down there for her, but she couldn't take them. They weren't going to let her do that. So anyway, that she's in a better place now. She's gone to glory, and I miss her, but I must keep going because there are still people who want help, and they come in and they ask you, and they don't have a qualm about providing it for themselves through you. So that's the game right now. The game is to make sure that everyone who comes in here, we talk to them to make sure they understand what's going on. And every now and then you have a person that wants to, almost like back tit for tat, back and forth, back and forth. I don't deal with that very long. If you want to learn how to help yourself, then you're talking to someone that's been doing it for over 40 years. So you either want to listen and learn, or you can go through that door that you came in, you can go right back out of it. But of course, the majority of the people that have come here are seeking knowledge and seeking some health. But there are many who just think one pill, one bottle of something will fix all of their ills. Say one pill for every ill. No, it's detoxing is a different situation. It is a process that goes through your body at a particular time. It goes through stages, and it helps to clean up what's there. Any kind of maladies in your body. If we put the right things in, the right ingredients, healthy stuff, not GMO'd, not pharmaceuticals, then we deal with things from God's pharmacy, and the people who follow, they get better. And that's the name of the game. The name of the game is to reach out to people who want your help and are willing to put in the effort and not in a hurry. They don't think that they can, get rid of every possible issue in their body in 2 or 3 days. But there are those who come in and say, you know, how long do I have to do this? My answer is, you don't have to do it at all. How long do you want to? Do you want to get well? Or do you want to get halfway there? Or do you want to get just a little teeny bit? No, if you want your life to be, in harmony, you got to play that role. Clean up the mess and then continue to feed it the healthy stuff so that it doesn't come right back on you. Because there are many people that will do that. They'll go through a detox and feel better, and you see them a year or two later, and they tell you, they give you a text of how, well, I was doing great when I was doing this, and what happened? Well, no, I don't know. I'm asking what happened, and it's that something that some of us just can't release. We must have this and we must have that. We get too much sugar, too much flour, too much grease, too much of a lot of things. And this is where we get into trouble. So if you put in the time and you put in your money to get something, to do a good cleanse, then when you finish the cleanse and you see the results, why would you go back to where you were? There's an old saying that something goes back to its vomit. I forget the total thing right now, but that's what some of the animals do. They throw up and then go lick it up and see. So some of us do likewise. We'll go in and cleanse a little bit, but all of a sudden we miss all of that junk that we've been doing, so we just go right back to it. You'd be a lot better off to leave that aside, find healthy plant-based things to put into your body, and learn how to eat to live versus living to eat. We all need to eat at some point, but some of us do too much, and I see that just by the size that they come in. Some are having a little difficulty getting through the door, but that also can be changed, because if you start going through a good cleanse, it can help you get rid of that excess weight. But sometimes it's not funny, but sometimes it's almost funny the way a person will give you back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because it's like they're trying to get me to agree to that they can do it their way. And if they want to do that, they don't have to come here. I mean, why waste your time talking to me and you don't want to do what I'm trying to, what I'm sharing with you to do? Something that I've done for over 45 years now. The numbers have gotten pretty high, so I just know it's in the 40s. But the purpose behind still being here is because I believe that I can still help people, and I can help myself in the same time. So it's not just about them, it's about me walking the path. And when you follow the path that should be trod, and you usually have some sense of how things should work. You don't necessarily know everything, because there are times when little issues come up and you might forget something. But I grab some of my old books and just read a little bit and say, wow, I forgot all about this. Let me talk more about this one. Let me do more with this. And so it's a real nice thing when you can help other people. I mean, I get a real kick out of that, helping people, especially those who appreciate it, because if they don't appreciate it, it doesn't happen very long. You know, I'm not going to batter back and forth. If somebody comes in and they need to clean up, then we're here. Both of us, my assistant, Erlene, don't call her Erlene. Yeah, we work with the people to help them get their health back. But, you know, personally, I'm not going to try to coerce them into it or browbeat them into it. I'm here to assist and not to play games. And I work on myself every morning before I come down to go to work. I do various things to detox my body. I do it religiously. So I'm up at 6:30, even though I may not show up here till 9 o'clock. So, but that time in there is for me to prepare myself to clean up my body and you know, get dressed up properly so I can come down and get with the people who are interested in learning more about their own body. Also, most 5 or 6 days out of the week, sometimes 6, I'm on the Zoom program. Well, the Zoom program on one day, like today, but the other is the limbic arc program. I do that just about 7, well, not 7 days because the Sunday that we don't do it, but Monday through Friday, and basically Saturday is kind of like open mic thing. There are people coming on to share knowledge with other people, and quite a few people will show up on that call, and they're from all over the country. And so there's knowledge to be gained in many places if you just seek knowledge, you know, be a seeker of knowledge and truth. And instead of looking for the Jack in the Box burgers and whatever else they got out here that everybody's running after, talking about how good it is and whatever. What is it? What is it doing for you other than, you know, putting a lot of stuff in your stomach that you're having trouble trying to digest it? See, a lot of what we are consuming is what is causing the problems in our body. In fact, most of it. So if we learn how to, as I say, learn how to eat to live instead of live to eat, that is the way you should walk along on this earthen path. So you can have a wonderful journey and, you know, just do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. You know, I'm doing what I can for me. And the only thing is I had to speed up now because when I was doing a lot of movement all over the country and out of the country, going to seminar, going to do seminars for people, for some churches I went to, and you know, just all over the United States and out of the United States. But it was like I was on a joyride. It wasn't that, you know, the people, I went to the people to assist them, but I I loved it. I loved going. You know, a lot of it went on planes, and some I just drove. If I was going somewhere close to my home in Jenkinsville, South Carolina, especially when I was going down south, going from California there, I would drive. A lot of times I would drive. A couple of days you drive and stop, rest a little bit, drive some more. And I would go into Louisiana, Texas, different places. I would go there and meet the people. That was part of my life for a number of years. And eventually it got to the point where I built up this program so much that I was doing until it was difficult, not all totally difficult, but I wasn't traveling as much as I had been because I had a place here and a person working with me that, you know, we were doing what we could do to assist the people that showed up at the doorway, we had 5 days a week, I think. I don't recall, somewhere back, we may have done Saturdays too, but not anymore. We would just do 5 days a week, and we take holidays like everybody else, because I can remember the time when the holiday come up, I was still working, but that's what's called a workaholic. And you have to, at 80 years young, it's time to take some breaks. And so I do that. You can't do it all anyway. But there's a lot that people can do to help themselves. That's why I do this program every Wednesday. And also I'm on a program with my friend Jonathan, and through Brother Jamal's program. And we're doing the same thing. We're there looking for answers to the questions that a lot of people have. Because there's a lot of things going on that aren't right. There are things that it's causing, people more sickness than anything. And so many are already have problems, and they're continuing to do the things that create more problems. They don't like this. They don't like vegetables. They don't like. There's too much I don't likes. Fall in love with something that's healthy, and your body will fall back in love with you. Otherwise, all you're doing is creating your own demise by doing all of these things that say, well, it tastes good, but taste is not the situation here. You have to get to some things where your taste buds are not controlling you completely. You need to be able to connect up with some of the healthy plant foods that are out here, so that any little lumps or bumps that you have manifesting in your body, they will stop. They will go back where they're supposed to. There's fluids moving through the body that have to be cleaned up. There's bowels have to be cleaned up. There's lots of things have to be cleaned up. And if we don't detox our body at certain periods, then how do we expect to stay healthy? Or do we think somebody else is always going to be there to fix us? I think maybe that's the problem. But no, you are your own keeper. Or you find someone that you can go to and see if you can learn how to do what they're teaching you. And some of us just, we don't have time. We're busy, but when you're sick and can't get out of the bed, you busy is not going to be an issue right then, because then you'll be trying to figure out how you can get up out of it. That's why it's so important to study, to show yourself approved, that you are worthy of your hire and whatever else may be going with that. Life is a precious commodity. You say, what's that old saying? You only live once. When you're dead, you're gone. So stay with the living people while you are there, and while you can, to help yourself, to make sure that you have positive things in your body to help your body stay up, instead of running back and forth to the pharmacy, or getting the pills of this and the pills of that, and most of those pills aren't doing anything for you, but creating more problems. Natural, plant-based food is what your body needs. And we need to get over this thing about it don't taste good. Compared to what? See, that is a major problem. We want everything to taste like sugar, something sweet. That's what we're looking for. And we're consuming a lot of bread, and we're consuming a lot of these breads along with flesh. And These things don't digest together in your body, number one. But, there are so many people that are doing it. And that's why we talk about the cycles of the body, the 3 8-hour cycles. They're there for a purpose. Harvey and Marilyn Diamond wrote a book, and it has to do with the cycles of the body. It starts at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. till 12 noon is the elimination cycle of the body. That's when the body is eliminating waste. Now, at the same time, you can be doing liquids for your morning, have your liquid smoothie, and it's not going to be hung up in your stomach because you got a whole lot of stuff they're trying to digest. No, you swish it around in your mouth, you make you a liquid drink, you swish it around, and you swallow. You use naturally healthy stuff, so you get real good nutrition from it. It doesn't have to be stuffed and you chew in a half hour for it to be worthy. No, get you a good blender and some good leafy things and some berries and make you a smoothie and then just swish it around in your mouth and swallow. And you're going to get a lot of energy from that. And when that gets down to your bloodstream, it's going up to the limbic system, up to the subconscious mind, into the conscious mind, and out into your body as pure, unadulterated energy. You can do that every morning. You don't have to have a stuffed gut thinking that I'm full and I'm this. No, you just created another habit for your own body. And so that's why these things, people wrote books so we could learn. Instead of that, we want to all these fast food places. That's what we learn and how to show up to them. Learn how to eat to live instead of just living to eat, because it's a lot of sick people in this society, whether you know it or not, and a lot of you are it. So learn how to make some changes while you still have an opportunity, because we're not here to stay forever, but at the same time, you don't want to be sick on your way out the door. You don't. You may think. I mean, there are many people that are bedridden, can't get up, and some of them are still asking for the same things they've been doing. They don't want the natural things you know, to help them get. They want what they like, and what you like very often causes your problems. We like to eat a lot of cheeses. We like to eat a lot of candy. We eat a lot of meat. And a lot of these things are going into the body right all at the same time. So just a word to the wise should be sufficient. Eat to live and not live to eat. Cleanse your body periodically so things don't just build up and wreak havoc on your system. That's something you need to do. You need to really make sure that you're keeping the system clean. And it's not the hardest thing to do, but it takes a little time. It's like anything else. If you want something to work well for you, then you have to make a plan and do what's right instead of just going, as they say, willy-nilly and just doing whatever you want to. You're having a ball like the grasshopper. It's the old story about the grasshopper. The grasshopper was just hopping around in the winter. In the summertime, he was just hopping around, and the ants were, they have their little holes, and they would constantly be going down in the holes, stacking up their stuff for the winter. The grasshopper, he's just hopping around, having a good time, jitterbugging. And then all of a sudden, the storm came, and the ice came, and all of that, and the grasshopper was at the ant's door knocking, trying to get in. Can you please give us a little food or whatever? And the ant just stayed down in his hole. He said, no, we worked all the time to keep stuff going, and you were jitterbugging. So now you keep on jitterbugging. So, it's something that you can think about, that if you prepare, to have the right issues in your life, if you prepare it, you can have it. But if you just say, well, I'm going to trust that everything is going to be all right. Not if you don't have some effort in it, because if you just counting on somebody else to take care of everything for you, and a lot of us do that with the master from the whole universe. They will put it all on, well, God will do this for me and God will do that for me. What are you doing for you? It's time, it's time for you to do something also. Do something to help yourself. That's where that old saying comes from. Heaven helps those who help themselves. And if you don't do anything but look around for somebody else to help you, and a lot of you are going to all of these different places where you can get some pills for your ills, and you're thinking, this is all I need. I can just get my medicine. Uh, your medicine would be a lot better if you were getting it from a good plant-based product, because that's what it's designed for, to go into your system and create health. But when you're putting dead things into your body, it doesn't work the same way. It just doesn't. And I know there are those who really like a lot of those things. Now, in moderation, you can do a lot of things. But if you're loading up on the wrong things, then somewhere along the line there's going to be a breakdown, and you're going to you're going to be looking for somebody to help you. And a lot of us, we go to, and before I say this, there are some good doctors out there. There are some, but there are some that are not in your best interest. They feed you a lot of pharmaceuticals, a lot of them, and it can happen to anybody, because we have not taken up the time to learn how to help ourselves. So we think, okay, I can just get me a good doctor, so whenever something happens, I can go to him or go to her. Uh, what about you? You have a brain, you have cognition as long as it's there. So why can't you learn how to do something for yourself? Look up God's Pharmacy and see what they're doing there. What are they eating in the morning? What are they doing to help themselves stay healthy? But no, I want to just be able to do like the grasshopper. I want to just hop and hop and hop and hop and hop and hop, and when winter come, I'll go beg the ant for some food. Not the safe way to do it. We really need to spend more time on ourselves, and don't wait till you're bedridden to do it. Start early. I just had my 80th birthday, and I started my natural healing walk back when I think I was about 35, and I had some issues getting up to that point, just, doing things wild, whatever. But at that point, I met some people who it made sense. Something grabbed me and said, you need to be doing this. You need to be working with these people. You need to be doing things that are helping people instead of doing the things you've been doing, which are, lollygagging and, having alcohol, different things like that. You have to be truthful on these things. So that was part of my life as a youngster. Got in the Navy, spent spent 4 years there, got out, and then went to work for one company that was military, and I went to McDonnell Douglas, different places, and was just kind of doing whatever, just having fun. But somewhere along the line, the light came on, and I ran into a gentleman. His name is Paul Goss. He's passed on now, but he taught me a lot of things. I learned a lot from him, and we got to be good friends. And I mean, I learned so much from him and a lot of other people. Dr. Willoughby, there's a lot of people I learned a lot of things from, and met a lot of young people that were attempting to get into the same thing that I was doing. And so next thing I know, I was traveling all over the countryside, going to different places to do seminars, south, north, east, west, even went to Spain one time. And that was, for me, that was a serious joyride. And it wasn't so much that I was just glad to be able to do it. And I was glad that I had studied enough to know how to do it, reading the books and all of that, and making up a lot of my own products. And right now here in the building, we have plaques on the wall where different things that I had created in the herbal area, and some of them have already been taken down, some are still up, some are going back up. And that is how my journey has gone up to this point. And I recently had my 80th birthday, and I'm praying for a lot more, because there's still things that I can do to help myself and those who show up. It's all about having that attitude of gratitude, and looking out for more than just yourself, because there are a lot of people that if they knew better, they would do better. But if there's no one is teaching, no one is reaching, no one is listening, and we're all looking for the next Big Mac burger, the McDonald's burger, or whoever's burger, and we're eating a lot of dead food. We're eating it with the wrong combinations. We do a lot of things that create our own havoc and create our own issues. And so it's nothing wrong with learning how to do it right. And don't wait until you're 70, 80 years old. Don't do that. Start early. Start when you're young. Start early to getting your health together, so you don't end up being 55, maybe 60 and sick, because a lot of people are there. They're right there. And so if we make a change, instead of waiting for the last minute, if we do it that way, then we're sabotaging ourselves. So the sooner the better. The sooner you start looking at, okay, my body is my temple, so I need to start doing better by my body. Yeah, because your body is a temple. And don't forget also, for those of you who like to listen to the programs and that I do or whatever, there's Facebook, YouTube, both those are available for you to watch daily whenever you want to watch it. Facebook and YouTube. And it's the Dr. Nathan Rabb is the person who, these are the ones I've talked about. There's been a lot of them, and they have been archived, and so you can go in and see them, see what we're talking about. It will not hurt you, and it could help you, because everyone needs to have the right attitude when it comes to their body. If you are not taking care of your body, well, as they say, if you don't take good care of your health, where are you going to live? Probably nowhere. Because if you don't take care of the health, it can't take care of you. And life is a precious, precious commodity, folks. This is not a joke. Each time that someone comes into the facility here and I have a conversation with them, I mean, I get a lot of different questions, and some want to do the least that they can. Others come in with the notion that I want to get my health back. And so we work with both. But, we attempt to encourage those who are looking at a little bit instead of doing, enough to really make a difference. But we don't browbeat. We don't do that. We just say, this would work better if you did this or that or whatever. And some take your advice and they come back later and they say, I feel a lot better now. I did that and it helped me. I learned something and I feel better and I lost some weight. It's on and on and on, whatever it might be. Every different people have different issues, but issues we have, a lot of us have issues. And one of the things that we really need to back off of is a lot of animal products. You can have a little bit of something and then be careful what you eat it with. Or be careful what you put in your body at what time, because when you put all this stuff in early in the morning, you're creating a problem. Your body needs to get rid of waste in the early AM. So if you put in a good liquid smoothie, I mean very liquid, not something that's almost like, like some cheese or something. You put something in there that you just put it in your mouth and swish it around and swallow it. And when you get your different berries and things like that, and you put them together, and if you have some green leafy things, if you have a good blender, you got to have a good blender to grind all this stuff so it goes in like liquid. It's not going in and sitting and sitting and sitting. That's not what you want. You want something that's going to be easily assimilated into your body, so that once it gets down, it goes through the stomach into the bloodstream, and it goes up the limbic system to the subconscious mind, to the conscious mind, and out into the body as unadulterated, good nutrition and energy. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for energetic things. When a person is in a bed and can't get up, why? They don't have any energy. The energy is waned. It's all gone. You're getting close to the other side. But when you have the right things going into your body, you have good energy. You can do what you want to do, go where you want to go, things like that. I don't mean you can go out and rob folks or nothing, but you still you'll have things where you can walk, you can go, you can do things. You're mobile. You're not just laying up somewhere and all you can do is sit and ask somebody to bring you something. And there are a lot of people like that, and God help them, that are just bedridden. And what are they doing? They're just waiting for something to happen. If we start early, taking care of our health, we'll have it when we get older. But if we, just play it away while we're young, then it won't be there for us when we get older. We'll be looking for somebody to help us or somebody to take care of us or whatever. So make it a habit to do the best you can for yourself. Put the right food in, Do it regularly. Clean up your system periodically. Don't wait until you get sick to do something. It's a lot better if you start cleansing your body before you have any illnesses. Because most people, if they've waited that long to get sick, they're not possibly not going to do it anyway. Or you may find somebody every now and then that will. But it's better, a stitch in time saves 9. So if you see a stitch breaking on your pant leg or dress tail or whatever, fix it now. Don't wait until it rips all the way off and you're showing up everything. Don't do that. So do it while you can do it. And folks always calling on my phone when it's time for me to leave, but I'm not answering phones right now, so they have to wait. Most of the time, it's a person trying to sell me something or something, whatever. But anyway, we're at 9:58, and we're just about to close up for the day. And hopefully, something that I said will resonate on your brain, and that you will start to take better care of your body, because you only get one. And you may say, well, but I had a problem and they fixed it. Or what did they fix? And how long is this going to stay fixed? Because if you didn't do some work yourself to help you get over that problem, you probably will not do what you need to do to prevent it from continuing or happening again. So anyway, it's 9:59. We are done for the day. Everybody have a wonderful day, blessed day, and God loves you, and so do I. And we will see you next week. Don't forget Facebook and YouTube, Dr. Nathan Rabb. You can listen in at any time. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.